Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we will be making a phenakistoscope. It's a long name, spelled really funny, but these are a lot more interesting than just a thaumatrope. A phenakistoscope it's another disc, but this time all of our drawings are on one side, and when we look at them through a mirror, we can actually see an animation. So to start, we need to have some kind of stiff paper, as well as our drawing paper. We're going to cut out a circle from these, and we'll paste them together so that we have a much sturdier toy than we did with just the thaumatrope. So we need something about somewhere in between 6 to 8 inches in diameter. I found this lid in my closet somewhere, and it will fit our needs. So again, we're going to put our paper on top of, this is half a folder, a manila folder. So we want to cut out one circle, we want to just cut out once, not twice. So I'm going to trace that, and I want to start cutting this out. And try to make sure that your paper doesn't move a whole lot as you're cutting this out, because you could end up with the back a different size than the front. So now that our circles are cut out, we need to divide up, or we're going to set aside the back, and we're going to divide up our drawing paper into 8 equal little sections. We're actually kind of going to make a pie. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to fold it in half. I want to try to line this up as best I can, and just very gently fold it in half that way. I'm going to open it back up. I'm going to fold it in half this other way. Now I want to line these creases up like that. Crease it again. So there's 4. Now I need to fold it over this way also, so that the X lines up that way. Crease that, and one last time this way. To get my 8 sections. So I can open that up. Now, using a ruler, I'm going to, I'm just going to trace these lines. And then very lightly, I want to number these in the top left-hand corner of each wedge. And 8. And one last preparatory step, on each of these lines, I want to mark down from the edge. So I'm going to put my ruler there. From the edge, I want to come down about 1 inch. So from 0 to 1, I want to make this really dark. These are going to be the slits that we're going to cut out and look through. Now from the bottom of these slits, I want to measure from the left and the right about an 1/8 or a 1/16 of an inch. So the whole slit will be 1/8 of an inch wide. So if we look at this ruler, here's 1 inch. If we go, half of that is half an inch, half of that is a 1/4 inch, and half of that is 1/8 of an inch. These very, very small lines here are 1/16 of an inch. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the 1/16 line right at the bottom of where my slit is going to be. And I'm going to make this line right there. So that is 1/16 of an inch wide. Now the next step is to connect these corners back up to the edge of the circle. And this is going to be the slit that I cut out. Try to make these even. I kind of messed up on this one. And go like that. Yeah. So all this will be gone when I cut it out. We're not cutting it out yet because we want to paste it to our backing before we cut it out. So again, we only have to cut out once, and so everything matches up. So again, put the 1/16 line on the bottom of that line, then go from 0 to the 1/8, so 1/8 of an inch wide, and then connect. And we will do that for all of our wedges. Okay. At this point, it's probably a good idea to bring back the backing, and we're going to glue this to the backing. So I have my glue. If you're using a glue stick, that's great. If you're using regular glue, we want to do just a very, very light coating. So very, very light coating. Don't go overboard with this. I can even use the end of the glue stick without squeezing to kind of spread this around. If you want to use your fingers, make sure you can go wash your hands. We don't want any large goops anywhere. But we also want to get to the edge so that it doesn't peel off on us. That should be good. And I can just paste this on. This is out of order. Should probably draw first. I'm just going to make sure it goes all the way around. So in hindsight, I'm realizing that I probably should have drawn on this first. But I don't want to make a new video just yet. So I want to try to get this out today. So now I can start with my first frame, and I'm going to draw a looping animation around my disc. So if I were to start here, I could draw something like a bouncing ball that's changing size. So as I'm going here, I can draw my ball really big up here, and I could shade and value that in like a good boy. I'll finish it up later just so we can get through this video. So there would be my first frame. Now since I want this to be looping, the other end will be like kind of my other extreme, where this is all the way down here at the bottom. If I just drew this going down, going down, going down, going down, going down, and then frame 8 ends up being down here at the bottom, then when my animation comes back, it just jumps back up here. So what I want to do is have it go down, go down, go down, go down, and then come up, come up, come up, come up, come up. So that basically frames 2 and 8 are kind of the same as it's looping. So I'm actually going to do it that way. This is more of a pose-to-pose animation style. So then my ball will be much further down here. And then I can start to fill these in. So in between these two, on frame 3 is in the middle. And then again, this is in the middle. So a little bit smaller than frame 1, but a little bit bigger than frame 3. Frame 4 is a little bit smaller than 3, but bigger than 5. And I'll go in between these again. Notice I'm spinning my Phenakistoscope so that the outside is always up, because as this spins and we look at it, we'll be looking through these slots, and you don't want your animation to also be turning, unless that's what you want to have happen. But I'm trying to copy frame 3 for this. And then this one. And so again, when you're finished with these, you want to go back, make sure that all of your colors are, they're bold colors, that your lines are nice and dark. The more visual contrast that you have between your drawing and the outside, the better. And then I would go back, I would go and shade all these in, and then the next step would be to cut out all of these slots. This might be a little interesting. So I'm going to cut along those lines. You want to be careful when you get to the ends of these, that you don't go too far. And then the easiest way is to kind of bend these over one way or the other, and then just snip them off. And we'll do that all the way around. And then, when you're finished, we'll get a pencil. A pencil and a thumbtack. And we'll place this thumbtack through the center of your Phenakistoscope. Make sure you don't stab your fingers. Make sure they're not on the back side of that. Very easily. And then that thumbtack will go into the eraser end of the pencil. And then we will find a mirror. You'll look into the mirror and spin this and look through the slots, and you should then see your animation playing. So come up with a cool idea for a looping animation. Draw that in 8 frames, and we'll see how these turn out.